Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, let's discuss AMC stock. Let's go over some key news that came out recently which had caused the stock to move a little bit, and go over some key technical levels and see where the price is headed in the next couple of weeks. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe for more stock analysis, like and share this video if you found it helpful. Without any further delay, let's go into the video. Okay, so we had a good update today with the entire market kind of still going sideways. We were up about 1% while we did go down and came back up, which is a good news. Let me just go over the hourly. So at some point we were down, we broke this bear flag and moved down, right? Like we have, let me draw the lines here. So we had a bear flag forming. You can consider it bear flag like this, right, which was broken to the downside, but somehow we have captured the highs and closed at the high very strongly today, which is a good news overall. Also, one more thing you want to notice is this one, the 50 EMA on the hourly. So the green trend line is a 50 EMA which acted as support here, which was broken back here and now is acting as support, and all the sellers who are trapped here are going to be scared now. So it is good. Overall market kind of looks bearish, and nothing we had dropped down very harshly yesterday, but AMC is still holding up, going back to fill this gap maybe around at $10. Okay, before we move on to further technicals, let's just look at the news. Okay, so what do we have here? On Monday, Adam Aron, the CEO, has tweeted AMC and Walt Disney have extended their new partnership, so which is a bullish news, which we can actually see on the price action. We'll discuss about that on the chart, but we have moved significantly up since then, and yesterday's pullback along with the market did happen, but we did consolidate pretty well today. And Regal Cinemas owner Cineworld has officially filed for bankruptcy, and this is kind of a bearish news, but still AMC did raise $1 billion in through the stock and all that offering so last year, so which helps them to not go bankrupt yet. We don't know how things will go in the future, but it still is a bearish news as their competitors going into bankruptcy. It does provide some significance towards being it short. AMC also maybe going in that route in the future, but again, that's just an assumption, and it could be correlated, not correlated. Again, that's, you just have to have your own opinion on that. So borrow fees has gone up. It has been at all-time highs since the August till now. This, I think it has jumped over 20%. The borrow fees is basically the fees that the short sellers pay to borrow the stock to bet against, to sell short basically. So this again shows that there is a lot of interest which has raise the borrow fees. So again, there could be a short squeeze. Maybe it may not be as significant as the others, but everyone is looking at it with that kind of intent. So there will be so much interest, as well as so much of so much of buying and selling happening, so much of trades happening because of this. So you may want to keep this in your watch list in general, even without the short squeeze, as there could be an opportunity at some point. Let's just look at the technicals. Okay, first let me just go over the daily chart. We have seen the market sell off. Let's say, like, if this move here from the lows, it is about over 30%, right? We have moved up 30%, and we did require a small pullback, which actually did about half of that, right? 15% pullback today and moved back up, but the market definitely went down overall, but it did held up, and we have now seen a lower higher low actually here. If you consider this as your first low, if this holds and pushes higher, this would be your higher low. This is a nice pullback and good area for anyone who wants to trade. Now it provides you a risk off zone at here at $9.29 mark if you have come in anywhere in these lows. So that would be a good opportunity for the people to add, or whoever has been in this trade previously from these lows around $8. This would be your new risk off zone. If this breaks, you may want to not be in the trade because you have to wait for another opportunity to buy. Okay, so here what I want to see is for it to break this in the next coming days for any move to the upside, which is clear, right? Like you may have small bounce here and consolidation, but not being able to break that would not result in any higher move. So you want that to break first to maybe just continue this trend. Okay, so that needs to happen. If this breaks this low here, you're again back to these points. You may have to wait for another opportunity around this zone. Okay, so that would be your key support now, as most of the traders who ever got in today or trying to take profits or risking their stop loss, there is their first stop loss area, as we have crossed yesterday's high by today's trading session. Okay, yesterday's high was about 989. Today we did 993, and we did close above yesterday's high, which kind of gives a signal to most of the traders trying to go long. Okay, so that's why this would be your very key level of support moving forward in the short term. But in the long term, if you ask me where the support is, obviously the first support is at around low 8s or 790s, where we have seen multiple times stock bouncing, and also the recent lows of around $6. You can even argue this could be your support, which was previously we have seen that consolidation and bouncing off of that area. So but because we go off the recent highs and lows, this would be your recent low, which we have seen a bounce off. Let me go over the weekly and draw a trend line. Okay, so we still seem like we are trending downwards, right? So let me just, so this would be your trend, right? Like even if you go back, okay, so you're still trending down. Even on the weekly, you see that there is a lot of momentum to the downside. If you break anywhere here, what you want to see in terms of, if you want to play the short squeeze or some form of squeeze, first you want this huge area to be broken. Here we have seen multiple times the stock bouncing before, which broke down. Now that is acting as your support. So if the stock can break that high and make a higher high, higher low and higher high pattern here, that's when you are gonna go somewhere to these highs. But that doesn't seem anywhere likely with the current price action. The only time we can discuss those highs is once you break this, or at least this area, the recent high, which again would be very difficult to break. With the trend going down, you would not expect something drastic to happen right now, unless if there is a new catalyst or new short squeeze happening. That would definitely send the stock much higher if something like that happens. But as far as the recent price action is concerned, in the next couple of weeks, what we can expect is that for you to have this consolidate or create a newer high and then consolidate there around about this $10. Okay, so if this breaks again, you're definitely going back down to these lows, and these are your supports at $8 and $6 mark. All right, I think that is what I have for you today. If you want me to do some analysis on any of your stock picks, please drop them in the comments. I'll do them in my next videos. Until then, take care. Bye bye.